There they are. All right, our first game tonight is going to be called Jams. If you've never seen a Shenanigans show before, then you've never seen this game, and it's just going to be a collection of scenes. They're going to weave in and out. You might come back. It's just a sort of a montage, a mosaic of different scenes. We're going to start with a couple monologues. So first of all, I need just a word that starts with H from you guys. Horse.
Helicopters.
Hydrant. Guys.
Hallelujah.
Your word is going to be helicopters. So we are just going to see them create magical stories for you. But first of all, we don't count down here from 5 to 1. We count down from 5 to fun. You're cool like that. So if you'll help me out. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey there, audience. I grew up in a place called Pt1, Tennessee, which you don't know is a very touristy town. And I grew up right next to all the touristy things and Dolly Parton's body. Anyway, there used to be these helicopter tours that would tour the city and the mountains in my area, and they used to, between the ages of like 3 and 12 maybe, they used to fly over my house and very, very low to the ground, and so they would shake everything in our house. Eventually the city passed an ordinance banning it, but soon enough the same company that ran the helicopter place built a helicopter museum that was incredibly unsuccessful, also near my house. And no helicopters were allowed to come there for some reason, and I think that's why it was so unsuccessful. They also, a lot of my friends ended up working there, and they would always make them wear these big, hideous bee costumes, because bees have something to do with helicopters. And it was just a strange place.
I absolutely love history. I love American history, and one of my favorite areas of interest, that's a really stupid phrase, areas of interest, favorite area. Anyways, I love Native American history, and a few years back we went to South Dakota to see what used to be Native American country in the Black Hills, and I was really excited because there's this giant monument of Crazy Horse. I heard all about this Crazy Horse monument. It's this massive monument carved into the mountain. It's supposed to be like 10 times bigger than Mount Rushmore. And we get there and we take a helicopter, and I'm thinking we're going to see Crazy Horse up close, we're going to fly around his face, I'm going to be with Crazy Horse. So we go up in this helicopter, we get the Crazy Horse, and it's pretty much a nose and a chalk outline of a horse. Turns out Crazy Horse is completely privately funded, and they estimate it'll be on sometime in the next 75 to 95 years. I was a little disappointed with Crazy Horse. He was a lot cooler in the history books. But Crazy Horse is this massive face that's kind of a face but kind of just a big rock, and you can see where there's a hole that they blew up with dynamite, which is kind of cool, and then there's a chalk outline where there will one day be a horse if people decide to donate money. But the moral of the story is that if you see Crazy Horse, you won't see him, but you can see America's largest buffalo from about 200 feet in the air.
One more story. I had a friend back home. He was my best friend growing up, but we're not really friends now because he's a jerk. But that's the point. Because this friend of mine would always bring up the story of when we were really young. And this day we were at my house, and he would say, "You remember that time like a Black Hawk flew over your house?" But if you don't know, it was a helicopter. And I never do. And I'm pretty sure it's made up somewhere in his imagination. And I always say, no, I don't remember that day. What I always do remember and don't say is that he wet his pants behind my house that day. And I just remember him running into the bathroom and not making it. And then they fell on the floor. Just everywhere, and he just cried. And he always says, "Do you remember that day when I saw a Black Hawk helicopter?" I say, "No. I remember something else."
Jeffrey, I want you to be honest with me. Do you think people will remember us when we're gone?
I'm a little stressed out about the move too, but I think our friends will remember us.
We just live in this condominium with these college kids coming in and out every year. And we're the legacy. Like, we're the ones that tell them about the people who lived in their apartments before.
Yep, even when they don't want to hear it.
What's gonna happen? Take it two.
I think lose a good bit of history. They're gonna forget it. They're not gonna ever know about the Billy who had the car that ran.
What if we painted a mural?
A mural.
What if we privately funded and painted a mural that told the entire history of this condominium from 1996 on?
Yes! Oh, I can see it. I can see it, all the happy and
Straight flush.
yeah.
The book.
Yeah?
Good place to start, right?
Yes.
Thinking this in the top left corner.
Yeah, I can see that.
The day that the tornado took little Jimmy. I mean, it's the pivotal point, right?
It's kind of like the moment. That's when we do what we do.
That's when they cemented all the buildings.
Rough day.
What about this?
Oh, little Bobby.
He really thought those ants were his friends.
Sweet!
Now, Tracy, don't be mad, but I have something to show you. I don't know how to say it. I'm just going to show you. I crashed a Black Hawk helicopter into your bathroom. Bathroom's pretty much gone. I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, how did I not notice this before? Wow, that is a mess.
Yeah, to be fair, I did say it was locked. So we would go in there. Help! I did put a towel under the door so you wouldn't hear the screaming.
I think he is injured.
Who, Bill?
Sick.
Oh, no, Bill's fine. Come on, Bill, you big joker.
I don't have any legs anymore.
He's literally bleeding.
Bill, stop it. Oh, no, he doesn't have any legs.
We should probably call.
Contractor to fix the police.
Fix my legs!
Police. That sounds good, too. Do you have the... You know what? I'll just call the operator. Don't matter.
I was thinking back in the day when we were kids growing up. Remember that time the dragon flew over your house? That was awesome. Never quite can always see it. I mean, why didn't anyone believe us? Because we were children. Nobody believes children. They don't, do they? I bet if a child came here and told us that, we wouldn't believe it. Yeah, anything. Anything. If any child, anywhere, strange child, came and told us anything, call them a liar. We wouldn't believe it. Children are dumb. They are. Wait. What are we talking about?
Guess what?
What?
A dragon just flew over my house.
Get off me! Little stupid kid. Wait a second. What? She said something that sounded familiar. What, Al? Dragon. That's what we were talking about. Dragon. Dragon house.
usually kept a spare key right here under the front wheel. Yep, there you go.
Oh, here, I'll adjust the seat and sit in the back.
Thank you.
Surprisingly spacious.
Children.
We all think that. I'm just worried somebody's going to come down and chop it off the tree because humans are evil.
And because there's not enough color, right?
All right, well, let's just, fine, we'll put more color on the tree and we'll
attack the humans.
And we'll attack the humans. We'll do all these things. Now my tracker keeper. Down here. All right, get the paint. You get the weapons. What was the third thing?
I think that's it.
Oh, sweet. Children. Oh, children. Okay, right. Sweet.
Now, Tracy, I know you just got finished remodeling the bathroom, and let me tell you, it looked great.
It took so long.
And it looked good. But, well, you know I've always been into flying. And I've been sailing on blimps, and, bathroom's on fire. It's just up in smoke.
Like, really, how did I not see that before?
Well, I put a towel under the door to keep the smoke out, and, Greg, stop! Why do I keep piloting your death machine? He's not gonna follow me anymore. He has no arms now.
That's really not good for his prosthetic.
You know what? We'll just call the contractor this time.
I feel like we should extinguish the fire at some point. Like,
It's spreading quickly! There's lots of helium in here!
At least the bathroom's close to the kitchen. I don't think this hoax is gonna be enough.
I don't think I can do this again.
I mean, that did surprisingly well, though. The fire's out.
You've got to stop flying stuff into other stuff.
Craig? You there, buddy?
Sweet.
This is the mural?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's the tornado, and that's the ants, and that's
That's a stick.
no, that's not a stick. That's the stick. In 2007, James, there were a lot of Bellies that have lived here. James drew a line in the sand and divided the complex into two. That's the stick.
That's how we got the south side.
Yes.
But where's the part about Susan?
Susan's down there. Yeah, I mean, you can only see her feet, but that makes sense, right? We took some artistic liberties, but we tried to make it true to the history of the complex.
Yeah, well, I like to be inspired when I paint, so sort of the Picasso, this part over here. We didn't get past 2003 because we didn't have enough money though for paint.
We should fundraise.
There's a donation box right there if you like what we've been doing. Before you head out, you can.
Oh,
just saying.
I don't think I have any cash on me.
Yeah, we got a pay for the bus back to
Yeah.
What?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
You're hungry?
Yeah.
We gotta get going.
sweet. I mean, I told you to take pictures of the monument, but you just zoomed in on all of these. I can literally only see the nose.
Well, they were too big to fit on the whole camera.
You just take a few steps back. How is that so hard?
Well, we looked at a helicopter and we got up close and I was like, whoa, I can't zoom in enough. Megapixels, that's what's wrong.
I mean, you know I've been looking forward to these for so long.
Why don't you come with me on the trips you've been
I'm scared of heights. It's a serious problem.
Well, you could have. Well, let's go back and stand on the ground. And then you can zoom in and get the whole thing.
You are useless.
Mr. Ingram, I see you're here. You've been in two very bad accidents.
Yeah.
How are your new bionicle legs and arms working out for you?
Jittery sometimes.
You haven't discovered this yet, but we ran out of human legs. You haven't gotten up since surgery, right?
No, I've been sitting in this position the whole time.
I know you're afraid of flying. Yeah. But unfortunately, your legs only act as jet propellants. So you are forced to fly anytime you want to move anywhere.
Well, at least I don't have to deal with that one guy.
Craig, I'm here to pick you up.
What?
I'm here to pick you up.
I thought I got a restraining order against him.
He is listed on our files as your next of kin.